Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen of the press. So, the Nigerian media space have been awash recently with the news of Donald Trump's rhetoric, his statements, and the decision of the United States to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern following reports of Christian genocide in Nigeria. But trust Nigerians, we are very, very good at coming out with one voice to defend our incompetence, to defend our stupidity, to defend the, all the rubbish that is going on in Nigeria. I mean, don't get me wrong, the United States have no right, to designate, to even, they don't have any say to what is going on in Nigeria. And they cannot just unilaterally decide that they will, invade Nigeria to take out anybody, any entity. They don't have that right because Nigeria is a sovereign state. And that brings me to Nigeria being a sovereign state, right? Why is it that as a sovereign state, Nigeria is always, always incapable of handling a ship? Why is it that Nigeria, even at this particular point, you see government officials, their statement shows just resignation to fate. There's nothing we can do, and you see them calling on the United States. Okay, you should not designate us as a country of particular concern, but you should instead give us equipment to fight Boko Haram. You should give us technological, gadgets to help defeat Boko Haram. I mean, are we stupid in this country? Are we daft? Are we daft in this country? Because when you listen to our politicians, our leaders, our so-called leaders, you see that they have no iota of shame. How can you be calling on the United States, the international community, to help you fight insurgency in your country? With a country, I mean, Nigeria has an army, don't we? We have a military, and when you listen to them speak, you hear things like, "Oh, please give us gadgets." What the heck? I mean, serious leaders should be thinking of, okay, now that we are faced with these insecurity issues, and now we know for sure that we are faced with these challenges. Now we are going to develop the capacity, be it technological, be it military, be it uh, uh, you know any type of capacity that will help us defeat our insecurity, defeat our enemies. But you don't hear them say that. You hear them say, okay, we are putting so and so in place to help us develop the capacity, technological capacity, military capacity to deal with our problem. They're always asking the United States, they're always asking international community to donate or to sell to us gadgets, military gadgets, technological, gadgets and equipments to help us fight insurgency in Nigeria. I mean, if you are a leader telling the United States, right, that you need them to give you gadgets to, help you fight insecurity in your country, what right do you have to see yourself as a sovereign nation? What right? What gives you the right to answer a sovereign nation? right? You don't hear our leaders strategically investing in developing capacity, homegrown capacity to deal with our problems. All you hear is, we want the United States to sell us weapons. We want the United States to give us weapons, to give us technological assistance, to give us this and give us that. But when the United States comes and says, okay, let's just prevent this. Let's do it ourselves. Let's fight for you guys. Now, we become so defensive. We become so big, and we start saying, "Oh, United States cannot do that." Blah 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 blah. United States cannot invade a sovereign state. Are you sovereign? How much are you owing the international community, the IMF, the World Bank? How much are you owing them? And who owns IMF and World Bank? What makes you think that you are sovereign? What gives you the impression that you are a sovereign nation? Always going cap in hand to beg. Right now, a serious country would have said, okay, faced with these challenges, we have invested in so development program to help us, develop the capacity to deal with our problem. But no, Nigeria will not do this. Now, African leaders will not think towards this angle. They will not think in this. They will only want to, pander, beg the international community to help them fund or, donate equipments and gadgets to fight, insecurity, or to help them build their country. What is wrong with us? And yet we have the temerity, we have the effrontery, we have the bragging, gusto to ask why why United States is speaking to Nigeria, a sovereign nation, the way it's speaking to us, or she's speaking to us. The fact that we don't have shame is really, really, really troubling. It's really troubling. And you see, Nigerians, we are now united in telling the United States to go fuck itself or fuck herself, whatever. Because we see ourselves as a sovereign nation, and I keep saying, where lies our sovereignty when we cannot defeat terrorists in our borders, when we cannot develop the capacity to deal with our shit? We are always begging, pleading with the United States, with the world, to come and help us, to give us arms and ammunition, to arm us with technology to deal with our problems. What now gives us the temerity? What now gives us, what makes us think that we are a sovereign nation? I mean, in a normal situation, the United States, Tinubu should have been the one to caution, Trump for even trying to meddle in our affairs. But what is our affairs in the first place? What is our affairs? What is the affairs of Nigerian leaders? What is the affairs of the Nigerian state? What is our affair, right? God. And now we see people, we see media houses, we see politicians trying to be politically correct, trying to say, oh, there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria. It's not like we do not see what has been going on in Nigeria. It's not that we do not see reports of 501 people killed in one community, all Christian community, in one single day, buried in mass graves. It's not like we do not see churches being bombed, and Christian worshippers killed inside churches. What do you call that? Do you call that ethnic clashes in churches? What do we call that? It's not like we don't see groups, even politicians, coming out to defend, you know, Islamic extremism in Nigeria. Yet now we want to sound politically correct to say, oh, there is no genocide in Nigeria against the Christians. It's just everybody killing everybody in Nigeria. That is what we want to tell the world, right? We just want to counter what Trump is saying, what the United knows that is going on. We just want to counter it by saying, oh, everybody is killing everybody. And we are proud to say that as a country, as a people, without shame whatsoever. And this reminds me of the same media when there was a situation in the United States where Black Lives Matter protests were going on. And then you see another protest, a counter protest, or people shouting or throwing up a narrative of all life matter. Nobody's saying all life doesn't matter. Nobody's saying that every other person are not victims in Nigeria. But that does not take from the fact that there is targeted killings of Christians in Nigeria. And when you say, oh, everybody's being killed in Nigeria, who is doing the killings? Christians doing the killings? And you see people saying all life matters, and now you see the same narrative being peddled in Nigeria, saying with the narrative, everybody is being killed, and we think that is okay. And we see this is the problem. This is our problem. We try to water down the plight of people. It's not like we have not seen Christians in the north coming out time without number to cry out that they are in danger, that they are endangered in the northern part of Nigeria. And this killing spree is pushing southward. It's not like we are not aware of all this going on in Nigeria for a decade, more than a decade now. And now we just want to be, nobody wants to offend some people in Nigeria. And that is the problem. That is our biggest problem. If this was any other region or nationality doing this killing in Nigeria, they will call it out for what it is. But you see, right now, there is a conspiracy that nobody should mention. Nobody should mention who is doing what in Nigeria, who is causing this mayhem in Nigeria. And that is why you see people saying, oh, everybody is being killed. And then you see people saying, oh, these people killing people are not Nigerians, they are foreigners. And that is what they say this on purpose to not sound or to not incur the wrath of core northern Fulani people in Nigeria. So they hide, they try to claim, or they try to blame foreigners, foreign invaders for carrying out crimes in Nigeria. And you see, oftentimes, you see these Fulani Nigerians defending what they call foreign entities doing the killings in Nigeria. If they are foreign to Nigeria, why are some people in Nigeria defending them, right? Why are some people in Nigeria saying that going after them is going after, you know, the North? Why is that? I mean, do we even reason it? It is sad, really. I mean, it's very sad.